that frequency in terms of how the sine wave fluctuates, that frequency is your New Year's resolution and how you battle ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. When you get a flat line and there's no crests and there's no troughs, that's balance. In order for you to get to that point, you have to put yourself through the regiment that you hate in order to get to the point to where you basically don't even realize that you have the regiment that you now love and appreciate. I have no idea whether or not what I'm saying is making any sense whatsoever. Might as well just leave it in there and see what people say because nobody's saying anything right now. All right, so in order to make lasting changes, you have to rewire your subconscious mind. And by rewiring it, it is not to say that when you go in and rewire your house, it's done. There's no system fighting. There's no remaining system that fights against the one that you're just installing. But the way your mind works, excuse me, the way my mind works, excuse me, the way mind works is that it has to be programmed because it's not a hardwire system. The programming that you require in order to make any lasting changes means that you have to redirect yourself on a daily basis until you no longer have to redirect yourself on a daily basis because now you love that pattern that you've created. That's the idea. Your operating system, your subconscious works best by repetition over and over and over and over again. And then what you find is that let's say, for instance, you're a 5-year-old and you want to become stronger on the playground and not cry when the bully calls you the stinky fat face. How are you going to combat that? How are you going to strengthen the resolve of your character not to cry whenever the bully calls you a name, or not to cry whenever you see the bully, or not to cry whenever you think about the bully? The way those things don't just go away. They have to be programmed away. And the more you program, the faster the dissolution, the dissolving rather than the resolving. So you want to dissolve an old habit and you want to resolve your character so that your new habit has now been forged and solved so that you can walk in that way. So now, instead of it taking you 15 years not to cry when the bully teases you, because of course he stays with you all throughout your high school years, right? So you have all of these years to slowly build up resistance so that by the time you're a senior, you can just stick it to the bully. But what if you could have done that when you were 5, based on how intense you rewrote your operating subconscious? That's the point that I'm trying to make. Your operating subconscious will change your constitution depending on how intense, direct, resolved you are in making these lasting changes. All right, so regardless, if you really mean it this time, I really mean it, I'm going to go to the gym as often as possible, you will not stick with your resolve if you don't feel like it. I don't know if you realize that or not, but everything you do is because you want to, or because you do not want to. And when you do not want to, that's your old self operating subconscious system That's your old programming trying to reassert an old pattern of comfort and laziness and procrastination.